And like I said, I didn't say it. That was you. That was you. And not only that, but you went all the way to change the whole fucking statement of the trend.
What's good, you guys, and welcome on another episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you're here for the very first time, thank you as well for clicking on this video. 2 weeks ago, I made a video where a black man was literally exposing some of the things that is the one athlete friend I told him on the reason why they do not like black women and why they don't go for black women. I'm sure if you've been on social media, you might have probably come across so many men talking about how they won't date black women, saying black women are not wifey material, they are masculine, black women don't listen, this and that. Like they prefer to go for other women, especially white women, and the whole traditional thing going on. It's not new at all that black women are seen not desirable, black women are seen masculine. So there was an article on what a white man had said about black women, and he said that black women are for grown up. That is what the post is about. I'm going to put it on the screen for you guys. And on TikTok, black women are using that picture as a green screen and just making video to it and making a sound to it and reposting and sharing and stuff like that. Just happy doing the trend and all of that. And some black men seems to be angry at the fact that black women are, using a sound and the article together saying, oh, so we have for grown ups, so it all makes sense now. It got this man very pissed and he decided to drag black women. He said black women are going to ignore the million things that black men are going to tell them, but rejoice in the little mediocre thing that a white man is telling them. And people have been talking about this because why are you angry at the fact that black women are stitching to the article says that black women are for grown up? It has sparked a conversation, and I have put together this clip, the video of the creator who started the beef with black women and what black women are saying about his video. So without wasting much time, let's get right into it.
Listen, I'll be the first one to say it, but a lot of y'all black women have the white man savior complex. A lot of times, y'all overlook what black men say about y'all that's good for white men that say mediocre shit about y'all. The simple fact that all y'all black women are around this bitch parading and celebrating because a white man said that black women are for grown-ups, when there's literally black men out here that are single, that are craving, that are thirsting for black women to treat them right, to create families, to unify with them, and y'all over appreciate the mediocre shit that comes from other cultures. But when black men do the same shit, now it's bare minimum. Don't y'all understand that that's a problem? Like, that's a really big fucking problem. The fact that a black man has to cross off 25 things on your list, but a white man can get on the news and say that black women are for grown-ups, and he can get some cooch. He can have your babies. Like, I don't understand, bro. I don't understand the logic. And then y'all always try to make it seem like black men just so against black women. It's not the case, bro. Just look at the case in point. Y'all make us go through hoops and loops for y'all, and y'all let these other motherfuckers walk scot-free straight into the building. Like, I don't get it, bro. That shit's...
So apparently Ben Horowitz has said billionaires prefer black women and some black men are upset. But do you know what's so funny is every time one of these black men who don't date black women, and I have met several, every time one of these black men who don't date black women is called out for it, what do they say? It's just a preference. It's just a preference. I'm not racist. I'm not colorist. It's just a preference. Oh. So it's okay to have a preference, just not when we're the preference.
That's a really big fucking problem. The fact that a black man has to cross off 25 things on your list, but a white man can get on the news and say that black women are for grown-ups, and he can get some cooch. He can have your babies.
And that's the fucking problem. Thank you for identifying, okay? Because your value, what you see in black women as value, as stated by you, is babies and cooch. And that's the issue. The issue in dissent is that you don't see the value in black women as wives. You see them as useful for babies and cooch. And like I said, I didn't say it. That was you. That was you. And not only that, but you went all the way to change the whole fucking statement of the trend. Because it does not say, as your video says, black women are for grown-ups. It said black wives. But it was so difficult for you to take yourself out of it. It was so difficult for you to even see that fact that you had to go all the way and you had to go and change the whole fucking statement. That's the issue that you guys are having. It has nothing to do with this interracial relationship and this trend. Because essentially what happened with this didn't mention black men or white women, by the way. It didn't mention none of y'all. Now put yourselves in there, not because of anything that anybody said, said, but it was because you were in disagreement in the value of Black women. You do not agree that they should be wives. You do not agree that they are valuable in any sense of the word, in any sense other than babies and cooch, as you said, which speaks to statistics as well, by the way. Let's not negate that. Let's not also ignore the fact a lot of the Black men that are having an issue with this trend so highly irate are single as fuck and have not put a ring to wife a Black woman, who have not found it upon themselves to put a ring on a Black woman's hand, to find value in her other than babies and cooch, as you said. Talking about this Black wife effect that transcended into Black wives or for grown-ups, a man who has a wife of almost over 30 years. And in no promotion of billionaires, but let's stick to the topic at hand, built a business and built his life with that Black woman as an asset. And the problem of dissent that some of y'all Black men and white women are having is that you don't see Black women that way. You see Black women, as the system says, to be subjugated and deduced down to babies and cooch, only valuable for babies and cooch. And you have been told that by the same white men that are coming and telling you actually psych, you've been duped, and you still falling for the same trick. Because essentially when you're coming on here, I don't see none of y'all talking and saying shit or getting brody with these white men. You're once again in Black women's faces trying to fight and argue because you're too pussy to stand up to the same man that you're saying is doing all the tricking and shit, essentially still getting tricked to make you downgrade the Black woman so they can come and steal your fucking asset. Your value and gift that you think that they're giving away to these white men is babies and cooch. Not Black wives that are valuable for babies and cooch. That is how you see Black women. The fact that somebody else is coming and saying that's not the truth, that's what's really bothering you. In fact, it has to do with the fact that you don't want to see Black women elevated out of any status other than baby mama and good for babies and cooch. There's 2 recommendations I can give for you Black men that are having a spiral of hysterics over this trend, is that you could go seek therapy for your insecurities that you're projecting into this, or get your pussy ass up and go say something to these white men, or get some balls and instead of coming in the Black woman's face, go say something to them white men. I dare you, because we Black women do that shit every fucking day. How about you grab your ball stacks? How about you grab your ball stacks if you have such a problem with this and go say something to them white men, go stand up to that white man's face and say something to him about how the fact that you don't like the fact that it's a Black wife. Say something to that white man fucking face instead of doing what he trained your ass to do, and that's to look at Black women, fight, and degrade. Okay? Have a nice day. And just to let you know, my video is no propaganda or promotion to get into interracial relationships or for Black women to go and date white men. This is my promotion, but it is a promotion for Black women to seek where you are valued, to let Black women know that you should go where you are valued and appreciated outside of your uteri.
Same shit. Now it's bare minimum. Don't y'all understand that that's a problem? Like, that's a really big fucking problem.
Did you know that Black women are the least likely to marry outside their race? And Black men are twice as likely as Black women to intermarry. 3% of Black women are married to non-Black people. 8% of Black men are married to non-Black people. Did you also know that white women tend to try to marry up for socio-economical gain? The same way that historically, white women fought for their rights to own property being enslaved people, enslaved Africans, apart from their husband's property. Because as a woman in the white patriarchy, they often only had their whiteness to use, to lean on, to justify their right to own people as leverage to gain socio-economical power and status. They also used their femininity to add on to their right to owning enslaved people property, to make them better marriage prospects for men of higher status and wealth, increasing the white woman's socio-economical gain. Black women do not marry white men by majority, and those who do not do so out of a need to be saved, because historically it has always been the Black women doing the saving. You see, Black women start out as Black girls who are quickly informed by society and everything else around us how little we are valued, how unseen and unprotected we are in a society that values whiteness and cis-het men as the standard by which all else is held. A society that holds femininity exclusively for white women. A society that says the only women worth saving or praising are white women. Black women learn early that we are to go where we are appreciated and valued. For a small percent of Black women, they found that to be with someone who is not Black. Too often, we see a larger amount of self-hating Black men who get with non-black women simply out of the internalized anti-blackness that they have been taught. They think that any proximity to whiteness will benefit them by distancing themselves from blackness. These are the same types of black men who will curse the brown skin of a woman who is the same complexion as he is or as his mama. And when asked what they love about their non-black women, their first words will be, well, because black women. So my question is this: why are these men focused on the small percentage of black women who marry white men out of a sense of feeling loved, appreciated, valued, secured, respected, instead of the larger group of self-hating black men who intermarry simply out of internalized anti-blackness? Why aren't y'all talking to them?
It should have allowed black women just have their time enjoying and stitching to that article with a sound and just enjoy their time. But guess what? Black women never really win because they will always come back. Like whatever it is always a black woman's fault. It is a black woman that is not submissive to black men. It is not their actions that triggers them not to be submissive. It is a black woman that is masculine. It's not because some of them have decided to be feminine. It is always black women. It should have just allow them enjoy their time, and now it's getting dragged. A lot of times you just have to see some people enjoy a trend and just scroll past because now they are dragging you, and now they are dragging you with every single thing. I don't think it's a bad thing that black women are sticking to that, even judging from the fact that recently there have been so many conversations still dragging black women. There was this D1 athlete I talked about where they were saying some certain things that black women don't do, how they literally just beat down black women, and these people just having a field day after so many negative things that have been said to them. Now they are being triggered. But why exactly are they being triggered? Is it that he's agreeing to what that man said and now he's angry at the fact that black women are realizing that they are actually for grown-ups? Or why exactly are you being angry at the fact that black women are sticking to that article that says that black women are for grown-up? What triggers you about it? Is it because it's coming from a white man? Because black men even date outside of the race way more than these black women. So why are you triggered that they are celebrating something that a white man had said, like just for fun? It's not even something serious. Some of these women are sitting down making any, long video to whatever it is that that man said. They are just sticking to that article that you all see now. It's good to know that at the end of the day, we are for grown-ups, and you guys know you're not grown-ups, and that's the reason why you said you're not picking us black women. They are literally just catching cruise with so many things that have been said to them on social media. So just catching cruise and having fun with that article should not harm anyone. But guess what? There's always going to be a black man in a black woman's business. Let me hear what you guys think about what he said. Let me hear what you think about him saying black women have this white man savior complex or something. Like, what do you even mean by that? Because you're just sticking to that video means they have a white man savior complex. Like, it's not making any sense. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one.